Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and this is now the second game in Steamroller 33, and I am up against Gord. Gord is always like that ceiling, right? Where it's like, okay, I'm doing great, I'm rising up, doing well, oh bam, you hit that ceiling and you're done. So, but I know like this is going to be a great game. You know, Gord's a great guy, and this is just going to be a hard one to deal with. Now, he made a comment before saying, okay, well, you know, did you learn anything from the last game you think you're going to apply here? And, you know, I think he actually helped me because I thought about it and went, you know what, I think I did. Last time we had this matchup, and by the way, when you're up against Circle, Magnus 2 is basically out of it because you pop your feet and say you can't come towards you, and then they just give you the middle finger and just teleport to you. So, yeah, so much for that. But in this one here, last time, I went straight up, I'm going to death clock Gord. I'm just going to slowly feed him some models and slowly work down his clock and try and beat him that way. And it just didn't work. And in this scenario here, where it's such a smaller area and he has all those heavies, he can really work out a very strong, almost like an arrowhead, and just smash into your center, get to your boss, and bad things can happen. So I really don't feel I can do that this time. I'm going to try and get a little bit of scenario points. Maybe I'll look at the clock, but I'm going to go for a more of an attrition thing, and I'm just going to make sure that I go after his guys. Like in the last game, I didn't even bother attacking his heavies because their armor's so high and blah, 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 blah. It's a waste of my time. No, in this one, I'm going to try, and I've already seen from the last game that I can take out Circle heavies. These ones might have higher armor, but I'm going to give it a shot. And if I can kill off a few of these heavies, maybe I can actually get some points, and we'll see where it goes. So luckily I won the roll-off, and I decided to go first, and pretty much I'm just getting up there and getting in his face. I don't need to worry about him shooting or anything like that, so I have no reason to hold back. I load up each of my monstrosities with 3 focus, they run up, and Thexus is going towards the flag. By the way, that wall that looks like it's a perfect thing for me is exactly 14 inches. So yeah, I actually can't be behind this wall and, you know, be safe from kill box. So I am going to go to the other side, which is fine because I'm going to go to the flag anyway. So on his turn, he kind of like slowly works his way up. He has the wall set up, he has roots of the earth on the outside models, and then the inside ones I can't make go anywhere because he has the stones behind them. One of the things I did think of is that he doesn't actually have Snapjaw submerged right now, so I could go like Rampager him and make a bite out of Wrong Eye or something, but if I put up somebody up there, the arc no through, I'm just gonna lose it. You know, maybe in the future when we have like lights that we can arc through, but right now that'd just be more silly than good. So anyway, at this point here, I can't really get to any of his stones. I can get like one charge lane to get to the leftmost stone. I can get one guy on it, but otherwise I can't really get to his stones. I can't really do very much to him. By the way, I didn't mention it, but he did try and do a crevasse through Megalith into me. Luckily I toughed, so I just stopped the whole thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to try and get in there, get the first layer. And like I said, even though I'm not going to be doing very much right now, later on when I'm starting to adrenal flood these drudges, that's where I'm going to try and take out some of these heavies. So on my turn, first thing I do is I bring in my ambushers. Forgot to mention that I am going to ambush in this one. This is really because he has to really kind of set up this brick, and if I can get behind the brick, I can really get to the softer stuff. Plus, he's going to want to go to this flag, and now this is going to make it a lot harder, saying, okay, try and get to this flag. I'm just going to be threatening you or contesting or whatever I need to do. So on my turn, everything goes charging up and running up. Like I said, I do make the attacks, but I don't really kill very much. I did maybe a little bit of damage to that one stone I got to, but nothing really serious. Otherwise, I put one more on each of the wreckers. They're just there ready to counter anything. I put up deceleration, and then one of the biggest mistakes I made this turn is Thexus is not on the flag. If he was on the flag, sure, he can go and he can contest and stuff like that, but I'd be forcing his hand, and at this point here, I'm not forcing him to send anything my way. So that was definitely a mistake. I had him back just because I didn't want to be threatened by anything, but in that position right now, he wouldn't have been threatened anyway. So on his turn, he makes a big, huge push for the flag. I really didn't think that he'd be going over there this fast, but because I had a model over there, Baldur was actually able to cast out the spells he needed and charge over, and it just worked out perfectly for him. So he kills off all the guys that were around me, and, you know, he has like 3 of his heavies over there and stuff like that. Otherwise, kills off a good amount of press gangers and some of my slavers who just came on the right. And, yeah, I mean, even then, like, I didn't really think that he'd come over and kill that many slavers. I thought he'd be more breaking up and trying to kill guys. So this is now really turning into a different game. This is now going to be turning into more of a scenario game where he's already up 1-0 and I need to start scoring on my side. So that's what I do. I come over to my flag, so I'm going to get 1 point there. I'm going to contest his, so it's going to be 1-1, and this is where I'm going to start trying to whittle him down. I Adrenal Flood 3 of my dredges on the right. They charge into the Warp Wolf. Again, like, their armor is a lot better than normal guys because they can warp for armor plates going up to armor 19, and then because of Roots of the Earth, that also brings it up to 21. So really, really bad. Another thing I didn't mention here, guys, in case you guys didn't know about this, this is actually very bad for Thexus going up against Baldur2. He had popped his feet last turn, so everything except for the 2 minion guys there pretty much have Roots of the Earth on them, so they all have the extra armor. I can't move them, I can't TK them, my feet doesn't do anything, so it's all real bad. You know, even when I'm trying to charge in and do stuff to the stones, I can't even really kill them because they're armor 20 right now. So, so much for that. So I did do some damage, like I said, to the 1 Warp Wolf. I killed 1 of the stones on the right, which is good. I was also able to spray down both of the Swamp Gobbers, so that's good just because they were going to be models. I'd have to worry about contesting things, and otherwise it's currently 1-1, and we're going to see where this scenario game goes. So on his turn, he kind of more consolidates his force. You can kind of see what happens there. Clears off more of my guys. And then he has this whole thing set up with the stones. So he has the lead model teleport up to contest my flag. And even though the 2 other stones are currently out of the command range, well, as soon as I kill that stone, he's just going to field promote and he'll be right back ready to do that again. So very, very sneaky trick. Of course, he's able to clear out the few guys there contesting his flag, and he now jumps up to be 2-1. So what I'm going to need to do here is, again, I need to start trying to kill off some of these heavies, but he's making it really hard for me with all the wall up and all these things. So I'm just going to keep on going after that 1 Warp Wolf on the right while I go up there to contest the flag anyway. And my big goal this turn is just to kill off these stones on the left. These stones are a very easy way for him to try and be stopping this scoring game for me, so I need them all to disappear. So once I start getting into my turn, I actually realize I can attrition even better than just going after the stones, because the Warp Wolf on the far left didn't have Roots of the Earth on it, so I was able to rampage it over to me, turn it around, go instigate with my agitator, and then that way, when Wrecker number 1 went over to destroy that 1 stone anyway, he could go after the Warp Wolf, take him out, and take out the stone. Then between sprays and some Pressganger charges, I was able to kill the other 2 stones, so this is massive. He's down a heavy, he's down all of his easy contesting models. On the right, I charge in with 3 more Adrenal Flooded guys into that Feral, do some damage there, you know, do some good hits onto him. Unfortunately, he didn't do crazy. You know, I was hoping to take him out, but 1 miss, got 1 low roll, and, you know, he's still there, but at least he's really softened up. I'm there, I'm contesting his flag. I also went and Adrenal Flooded some more guys, and they charged in just to try and kill some more of the stones from the other unit, because I don't want those stones to start coming over and coming after me on the other side here. So right now, feeling really good about this position. I'm now forcing him to send over a heavy, which I'm pretty sure will be Snapjaw, and I'm hoping Snapjaw, if he sends him after my Wrecker, hopefully he can't kill my Wrecker, and if he does, he can only do that by having Wrong Eye come closer, and then maybe I can take out Wrong Eye. So he has to spend some time here to try and measure things out, make sure it's just right, but he is able to line this up so that Wrong Eye is able to come up, put up Star-Crossed, and then be in range here so that Snapjaw can charge in, get to my Wrecker, and be in just exactly 4 inches away from the flag as well. So he's going to be contesting, and when he comes into me, he does take me down. He actually takes me down fairly easily. That's the thing with Wreckers. You know, defense 10, armor 17, they're, you know, we got lots of boxes, but we take a lot of damage, and he actually damaged me so much, he still had 2 Fury left up just to submerge as well. So yeah, definitely went down there quick. Otherwise, on the other side, he was able to clear things out, so I'm starting to get down some models, but it's okay. And I had to kind of look at this now of how I wanted to deal with this. And really, I measured it out, and I saw that my Wrecker is 12 inches away from Wrong Eye. And so even though I'd like to try and kill Getorix, he's stoned, Roots of the Earth, he's spiky growth, he's all that cool stuff, I just can't do it. So, but if I charge in here and I'm able to get to Wrong Eye and kill him so that him and Snapjaw disappear, then on the right side I should really be finishing off that warp wall this turn, contesting. Then he's in a really hard spot where he really only has Getorix that can get to me. The other thing I have to decide too is, are those 2 press gangers that can go after Lanissa Rasil? I can either charge her or I can just walk up to her and then seduce her so that she walks away. I'm pretty sure I can kill her, but we'll have to see how that one works out as well. So the way it works is, it works out pretty well. Like I said, I was hoping I could actually use Snapjaw to move over and attack something else or something like that, but with Submerge up, I just couldn't do any of that. So I TK up my one Wrecker because Snapjaw is within 10 inches of Thexus. I get a free charge, I boost a hit on him, and I take him out. So that's awesome. Wrong Eye goes down, Snapjaw disappears. I make a couple attacks on Getorix just because why not, but I hardly do any damage whatsoever. Then I decide to go for the charge on the press gangers on Lanissa Rasil. Don't manage to actually take her out, so that's unfortunate. But then I have my... this is what I did here. I think this is going to be funny. We'll have to see how this works out. But basically what happens is that I move over my Overlords so that, first of all, if Lanissa Rasil tries to run around, I have all this 1-inch reach and 2-inch reach that should hopefully get in her way. Plus, they're set up so that they can run over, and if he doesn't have a heavy by his flag and just has Baldur, I can run over and actually control his flag, which would be hilarious. But otherwise, as you can see there, I Adrenal Flooded 3 more of my dredges. They charge in, they contest the flag, and take out the Warp Wolf, so that's fantastic. This attrition game's going well. It's currently 3-3, and yeah, it's coming down to it. So on his turn, he has Getorix, who is easily able to take out my Wrecker, and then also takes out one of the other press gangers, and he really was starting to try and figure out which way he could get around and try and get to my flag. And I kind of freaked him out a bit, because if you look at the house on the bottom right, it kind of moved because I threw 2 dice in it, I shook it up, and I put it down and said, all right, if you decide to take the free strike, this is the roll. And it's one of those like Schrodinger's dice type thing. You know, in there currently it could either be a hit or a fail. I decided to take the free strike to run through, and it was a hit. I needed to roll an 8. It was a 9 inside there. So down he goes, and even though he's able to clear out his flag, it's going to be 4-4 on this turn. And then on my turn, I just need to move over 1 model to contest. I go to 5, and this game is done. And wow, this was crazy. You know, 1 second, I think this is going to be like a slow attrition game, and then all of a sudden after that, it turns into a mad race for a scenario. So luckily for me, you know, I had the advantage of having more models and all that cool stuff, but I think another thing that I really took away from this game is that maybe it is better for me to run this Thexus list as more of an attrition style. I know one of the more popular lists has the 60 drudges, so you have 3 units of slavers, 3 units of benders, and if I had that, I mean, the 40 I had were able to Adrenal Flood and do a lot of damage. If I had that instead of the press gangers, sure, I'm not pushing up as far, but I'm able to do a lot more punch. So this is really making me wonder more if I should be going with that build. I don't know, but still, I was just over the moon because Gord is a fantastic player, and this is now my only 2nd win ever against him. So I was feeling great, and like I said, it was a really fun game. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it too. And so far in the tournament, I'm now 2-0, so looking pretty good, and we'll see you at Game 3. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.